Okay, so I'm going to just attempt to answer some of the questions. There's been lots of questions. I don't think we will finish all the questions, but also they all seem to be sort of related. So I think hopefully some of my answer will answer 10 or 20 questions together. This answering the question, I will consider it as discussing the Dharma. You know, it's almost 2000, more than 2000 and almost close to 2600 years after the Tathagata has passed. You know, so many great, bodhisattvas, arhats have sort of gone. This is the age where, in one way, the light of the Dharma is dimmed. Instead of feeling sadness and sadness towards this just endless samsaric endeavor, we are bombarded with more hope and fear, and that's because that's how we have been prepared. From a time that we go to kindergarten, we have never been taught to be sad about life. Actually, we have been busy trying to sort of camouflage this sadness. And we have been taught systematically how to be ambitious, how to be, how to believe in systems, even though they keep on falling one after another right in front of us. But we are very well taught how to deny. And yes, so in one way, maybe we are going through the beginning of the dark age. We read in the sutras that many, many eons before, when the dark-aged, cycle of the dark-aged arose, so-and-so boy and a girl saw a ruined of a stupa, and they just got so attracted to the stupa, they just put a flower or a bell, and just the power of that attraction to this stupa again resurrect all the positive and the light, the time of the light, I guess. Time of sort of discover or reignite. So, in that context, it's quite amazing that we are here. I went to the opposite building, there's a coffee shop. And from there, we could see here people circumambulating. For an untrained, unenthusiastic mind, I thought this must remind there's a very, I'm trying to remember this movie. There's a movie about somebody got imprisoned in some Middle Eastern country. I don't remember this. And in the movie, the subject is about prisoners. They were all cramped in one place for years, and they were going mad. So the only way to keep themselves sane is there is a mound in the middle of something like a structure, in the middle of the prison, and all the prisoners are going circumambulating that. That's to keep themselves sane. So when I was looking from there, I thought, okay, some people may be thinking this is what it is. I'm sure for those people who have different kind of values, different kinds of definition of what success means, for them this is, at the best, this is some sort of a therapeutic. But for those who appreciate, the Dharma, the teachings of the Buddha, for us, it's something so worthy to celebrate. As you know, in today, the world is so crazy. People get punished for lying something so small. They get condemned by, the mass for lying something small. But the powerful people, powerful countries, they lie big, and then people really celebrate these lies. And as far as I remember, we have been waging war, endless war, for the sake of peace. Now, how strange is that? If the scientists are right, supposedly our environment is basically, close to death. So anyway, in this day and age, we are here doing this. Some even bouncing their body when we chant brum, brum, brum. And even though 99% of the Dharani we don't understand, we wholeheartedly chant. And this is, as I said, for those who can appreciate the teachings of the Buddha, this is something worthy to celebrate, this is something that even if you have done for just 1 hour, I think you can count this one as something you have done, something that is purposeful in your life. There are many reasons why it is something worthy to celebrate. Among many, if I just say few words on what we call, in Tibetan we call it Samji Michapa, meaning like beyond conception. In our life, we have been doing things that are conceivable, thinkable, fathomable, but this hasn't brought us anywhere because we are so busy appreciating things that are fathomable. We have forgotten the majesty and the beauty of unfathomable. In fact, many of us, we are afraid of things that are unfathomable. We label them, we kind of downgrade them as legend, myth, religious mumbo-jumbo, etc., etc. Just now, one of the Khenpo, residing in Taipei, asked me, what should he teach? I said, you should teach Avatamsaka Sutra. Now, if you want to appreciate unfathomable things, that is the sutra to read. It will make Einstein look like a kindergarten kid. It will make the mockery of everything that we treasure and we cling on to. Just the fact that the sutra begins in Bodhigaya under the Bodhi tree, and without leaving that spot, Buddha travels to all kinds of places and interact with all kinds of people, with all kinds of different, disciples that we cannot even dare to fathom. Here, we are all kind of safe because everybody has 2 legs. If there is a third-legged person today, some of you may decide not to return tomorrow. In the Avatamsaka Sutra, there are many, most of the disciples have no lower body. Some of their lower body is just a mist. Others' lower body is like a snake, horse, etc., etc. But they were all talking to each other, and none of their eyes are looking at the other's lower body. So, but you see, these are for a lot of small-minded people like us, so unfathomable and just cannot be conceived. But if we pay some attention, then we will realize the essence of form is emptiness, emptiness is form, and then all the rest. And what will it do is it will unbind us from this strong bondage and clutching and entanglement to things that are like illusory. Being able to appreciate this is really the fundamental component of what we call merit. Of course, many times we need to understand this merit through discussions like this. And when we try to understand this merit through discussions like this, we are just using logic, we are using some very, small tools. Nevertheless, it's important, We love logic, even though our logic, as we construct the logic, it already has the smell of being rotten already, even as we construct. But it's important to sometimes have pay attention to this kind of intellectual discourses. Equally important is, if not more important, is appreciating this merit, this magic through our feeling. And we do this in this setting. We try to invoke this feeling. The chandeliers, the white umbrellas, the guqing, the music, the flower petals, all of that hopefully brings this feeling. And anyway, the bottom line, answer to many questions, I'm saying we should celebrate ourselves for even have some sort of a curiosity to this. And this curiosity can be planted in our body, speech, and mind. And many of us will get distracted, and we will end up becoming a warlord or somebody who will pluck feather from chicken for next 5,000 lifetimes. But suddenly, after 5,000 lifetimes, when you stumble on some broken guqing instrument, it might fish out this seed that you have planted. Well, I don't know with you, but with me, many of the tunes at night, it's in my head. That when you guys, even though I'm not really doing it with you, it's in my head. Okay, that's it for today.